Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to
Finish
Big. Yeah, we are listening our way through all the back catalogue of Big Finish from, Doctor Who to Earth Search.
Yes, you usually mention that one, yep.
What else have we done?
You usually mention... Oh, now we've got a new one for the list for obscure back alleys.
Oh.
The Adventures of Luther Arkwright.
Luther Arkwright. That was a recent one, wasn't it? Yeah, so we're exploring all avenues of Big Finish.
Right, there's no back alley we won't sniff down.
And today it's...
Who did you find down the back alley?
Well, and today it's Gallifrey Series 2. We're back there. And we have joining us today the Ho Ambassador for Finish Big.
Ho Ambassador?
The Ho Ambassador, yes.
Biggest Ho, of course. The boy who makes all the gays cream their knickers.
It's Luke.
Hello! Hello there! So I felt like
is that what a moaning sounds like?
Yeah, I was being one of the things that is in this thing. Straight from the back alley. I'm back.
You know that in Dalek's Master Plan? You know that one that sort of comes in the room and he's sort of going like with his body like that? I imagine the Moanans look a bit like that, you know, when they're talking.
Yeah, a bit of jelly. Bit like
jelly,
yeah.
Well,
what am I doing here? What am I doing?
Well, so you were on our Gallifrey Series 1 episode, and you did like some of it, didn't you?
Mixed.
So, yeah, I listened to it back. And the criticism I had of it and it's no secret to you two, and it's not going to be a secret to the audience very soon, that I really hated this set of stories. And I'm annoyed that you won me round. If you listen to that episode, I start quite fierce and harsh, and then by the end of it, your great arguments and charm won me round.
No. Look at us. Look at us, Luke. We could win anyone round me and him. And I do think by the end of it, you were saying to us, actually, I think I want to do Series 2. I'm really keen.
Well, I mean, at one point, Mark mentions like, "Oh, Carol Ann Ford comes back as like a bat," and I was like,
"That's Series 4, I'm afraid."
Well, I'm never getting that, but that was definitely tantalising enough.
I seem to remember you, liking it a little bit more, and I have to apologise as well. This series, I did think that there was 4 again in this series, but there were 5, and the last one was like double length as well.
There was 6.
Yeah.
It was
there is a point in that first podcast where you say, "Will you listen to more of these?" And I say, "Not unless you force me to." And here we are today.
Yay!
But no, would you do anything for us?
Yeah, I would, but I won't do season 3 for you.
No. Now, I think that's the most damning indictment we could possibly have, is that he hates it so badly he refuses to do it anymore.
But it's like halfway through the story, it hasn't finished it. You need season 3 to finish it.
I'm not
you care about the evil Pandora, the Imperiatrix?
What? Pandora, the Imperiatrix, and she's got another name at one point, and I don't know why there's 3 names and what they all represent from different points.
I mean, she's generally played by K9 or Mary Tam, so you sort of know who it is, though, right?
Oh, well, actually, no, there's somebody else playing Pandora.
What, in Series 3?
In this series.
God.
Anyway,
There's one story I liked. There is one story I liked, and I had hope. So we'll get there.
Oh, I know which one.
I hope.
I'm going to
predict.
No. It's the second one.
Yeah, I was
going to like the second one because that was a character study.
Well, I'm going to say the second one is my favourite.
Romana. But my favourite is the last one by a country mile. And I will explain why. I absolutely will explain why.
I will tell everybody the stories we're talking about today. And they are Lies.
Oh, poor K9. So many mistresses at once.
Spirit.
Even with one face, they can show 2.
Pandora.
It's time for us all to decide where our loyalties lie.
Insurgency.
Suggestion, mistress. Pull yourself together.
And Imperiatrix.
You'd get into bed with anyone if it gave you an advantage, wouldn't you?
So there they
I
are.
even hate the titles.
It's very
The word lies.
And how did you get 2K9 quotes in there? All he does is like sit in a cupboard. But bear in mind, these are the greatest, most powerful beings of all time. You've got a dog, a robot dog that was invented by a human that's keeping the big evil of the Time Lords at bay for 5. I'm not having it.
It's the same dog who's got his bum in a black hole in the Sarah Jane Adventures, stopping the universe from being.
In all fair, the Sarah Jane Adventures isn't about that black hole, though, is it?
It's a very powerful dog.
John Leeson works very hard being the 2K9s. He's
Right.
got a lot of lines to do.
It's to play evil for most of this, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he hardly ever uses like electronic thing. He does that all with his voice as well.
A talented man.
Yeah.
Doug Ean wasn't the only thing on his CV, you know.
Doing what?
Doug Ean.
Oh, Doug Ean. I was like, what?
Power crawl.
It's quite a daddy.
No, I do want to say, all right, though. I don't want to hate Doctor Who or Big Finish or spin-offs, but I did have a horrible time with this. It is completely not what I want from Doctor Who or audios or whatever. I am going to have fun battling it out with you two, but I imagine a lot of the people listening are nostalgic about the early days of Gallifrey or picked up the time or are big fans. So you are going to hate me.
I mean, they can't
though.
hate you, Luke. You have that face still. But if Dylan Reese was here, he would literally just be saying to you, "Who is this cunt?" Everything you say in this call, wouldn't he?
But I agree that Gallifrey isn't everybody's flavour of Doctor Who. It's like even TV Gallifrey, all of TV Gallifrey isn't that great, really.
No, it's ghastly.
But I think what it does here, I really like Big Finish Gallifrey though.
Why?
Because it takes some of those elements from the TV, it sort of takes away some of the dryness and the stiffness, I think, and adds a bit more drama and a bit more of I really like the story arcs and opens up the world a little bit more. So I'm surprised that I like Gallifrey Big Finish because I don't like TV.
I think it takes away the condiments. It's never been more dry. Oh
no, but also yes, it can be the audio version, like a couple of people standing in a room, and we do get that quite a lot. But then I think that works perfectly for audio, so you don't need to do a big TV soundtrack thing because
it was
the
quite
audio series of Gallifrey,
they are
those characters
two-handers
talking. Yeah, there's not tons of characters for like a whole world and all this stuff going on. I do quite like that it works on audio in that way as well. So,
can I explain something about because it's no great secret to you, Lou, because you had a go at me about it in a thread recently. That I've been reading the book Lung Barrow, which I found the most god awful, tedious experience to read. Similar to your experience of listening to this, right? So I really was thinking about this. Like, why did that appeal to you so much and not this? And why did this appeal to me so much and not that? Because they're both versions of Gallifrey. And for me, on the page, Gallifrey is just dry as dust. It feels like you're at a wake for most of that book. And when you are reading about transduction barriers and biodata extracts and all of that bullshit, yeah, it is just so dull. It's the dullest form of science fiction. The reason why this works for me is because the second you start putting those dreadful concepts and lines in the mouths of actors like Louise Jameson and Lala Ward and fuck me, she's brilliant, Linda Bellingham and people like that, and Sean Carlson and Miles Richardson, who are actors with huge charisma. They have great chemistry together. Suddenly, all of that dry as dust science fiction, it has some life and some personality to it, and that's why I like this version. Like, because I think on the page this would be interminable, this stuff.
Well, I mean, if you listen to that Too Hot for TV, I'm not huge on Lung Barrow. It's like the plot is a very basic murder mystery and things, but I do like the Gallifrey in it because we are away from the capital, and it is this sort of fantastic. It's more fantastical than you usually get, and that's the bit I want to see from Gallifrey. I want to see away from the politics and the cancer guards and all that sort of stuff. I want to be out there in the weird zones and, you know.
God, I think that's where they go in series 3, you know.
So like that's the bit I like about Lungbarrow, this weird house that you can't quite conceptualize in your own head. But yeah, it's got good actors in, but I just don't believe in any of it. It's the same sort of problems that I had with the first time around. I just don't believe these are in charge of the most important planet in the universe, because they're all just squabbling and backstabbing, and I feel like it just makes things up as it goes along. It just, something happens and it's like, well, we can use this against them, and it's like, okay, sure. And then the next thing
rather have like political maneuvering and backstabbing and all this stuff. Like, that's good drama. That's the basics of drama.
I don't know. I do think, I also said this on the first one, it's they're meatier than your average sort of unit assembled box set, right? Every episode is full of stuff. I also don't think that's what I go to audio for. I need something slightly more passive to go over, and I am listening to it, but I don't know. You have to be really engaged with this, and I suppose if you liked it first time on a first listen, you would re-listen to it and get loads out of it. But I'm never going to re-listen to it. So.
Yeah, no, I agree that there is a lot there, and you do have to concentrate.
Yeah, it's overplotted.
Yeah,
it's seriously overplotted. Like, if you don't pay attention, then you'll be lost very quickly.
I paid attention. I have many questions.
Hey, wonderful.
Well, should we go in order then and talk about the first one? So the first one is Lies, released in April 2005. This was written by Gary Russell and stars, as all of this series does, Lalla Ward as Romana, Louise Jameson as Leela, John Leeson as the Canines, and our regular Gallifrey team are Linda Bellingham as Darkle.
Oh, God. Hasn't she spoken 20 a day? I mean, that voice.
Miles Richardson as Braxiatel. We've got Sean Carlson as Narvin. And there are sort of regular ones that are in all of this. This particular story features Mary Tam as the first Romana.
Boy, does it.
And also Barbara Longman is the voice of Pandora.
Barbara Longman?
Yes.
Hello, Barbara. Welcome to Gallifrey.
Right. Well, we start off, we've got Mary Tam back in a flashback as Romana 1. How great to hear her back.
Yeah.
Oh, we thought you were going to be fighting us from the off.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I hadn't thought about how Romana 1 was going to be in this. And I was like, oh, it'll be flashbacks. Obviously, it annoyed me later on. Actually, I really did lose it later on when Romana 1 is saying that Romana 2 murdered her because she regenerated. Oh, I just hated all that.
Yeah, now, do you know what? So I went back and revisited my reviews of this, and I really hated this first one. Like, I came down really hard on Doco reviews on this first one for that exact reason of how dare Gary Russell suggest the reason that Romana 1 regenerated into Romana 2 was because she was infected with this Pandora virus, and she basically, something to do with the Black Guardian, basically forced us to regenerate or something. And then that is a terrible twist. Actually, it turns out that isn't the twist at all, and that's not the case at all, and Romana 1 isn't evil, and by the end of the story the two of them are working together, and I thought actually that was really nice.
Isn't she? Again later on, like episode 5, she is evil again.
Well, that's Pandora. Yeah,
taking on the
form
image.
Yeah, okay, this is where I get confused.
Well, so we start off with that flashback, and Braxiatel is Romana's tutor.
Let him.
Okay, can I just need to ask Luke, are you okay with who Braxiatel is?
I still don't know.
We agree that you don't need to know anything that he's done before.
So
to be here.
in this one, yeah.
Yes.
I can't
remember
what
happened.
Now, yeah. Well, I know he gets mentioned in City of Death, though.
Oh,
yeah. I still don't really know who he is, but he's just one of the gang, one of the council gang in this one. So
yeah.
I mean, as we were going through the series, not to preempt things, but when we got to the third one, which was the Brexit Tell Everyone, we were on a train to London. I kept saying to Mark, Luke is gonna hate this one like so much.
Well, the other
The
thing on
most
Gallifrey,
surprising thing here, I've give this one a 1 out of 10. Right.
One.
I've give this
oh,
one I've give this one a 1 out of 10, but I don't remember being that bad. So I think this was before I'd listened to the other ones.
well, so in the background as well, we've got Gallifrey's been opened up to other species. So Romana's opening the academy to other beings, and we've got Darkle, Linda Bellingham, the Inquisitor from Trial of a Time Lord, overseeing. Does this change how you watch Trial of a Time Lord now, knowing that she's such a bitch? She's
a bitch.
No, but she's not on Trial of a Time Lord.
Approached her and said, "Can you play a villain in Doctor Who?" She was supposed to be a villain.
She's never a villain on TV.
I don't know. She's got that to her on the TV. I think that trial can go one or two ways.
I mean, I think
I didn't find it out of character, no. But I was more a bit like, why is she so? Is she so? Does she hate her so much?
Like a lot has happened between Trial of a Time Lord and now to her. I don't know what has gone on, but stuff's happened to her.
Political for a second, because I think there's something that they do extremely well in this series, and that is the clash between new progressive ideas and like fusty old traditionalist ideas, and Romana trying to drag Gallifrey into the future and Darkhill trying to drag it back into the past. And I think that's literally what's happening in the world right now, in that there are lots of progressive new ideas. I'll pull something out of a bag like the trans community and things like that. Yeah, that, and then you've got a lot of people that are trying basically wipe that off and go back to sort of I just think they're making a good point about how society can be torn apart basically in two directions, because a lot of people like things the way they were, and a lot of people are willing to explore what things could be. And I think that's captured really well with Darkhill as the traditionalist and Romana as the progressive. And that's basically the big tension in Gallifrey Series 2.
Yeah, you feel it in episode 4 when the it's about the students of all different. That's the one where you feel it the most. But I feel like if you're ever going to do something like this, it's always going to have two powers pulling in different directions, and there's generally going to be one. Like, I don't think it's particularly novel. And I'm just saying that because I obviously don't like it. So.
Well, I liked how it's that scene, she's sort of looking down from a balcony, looking at everything. I suppose my only criticism, though, of it in this episode is we don't get to see any of that until like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
We don't. They're just talking about it.
Yeah. Well, the first like 30 minutes felt like when the skip recap button comes up on Netflix. And it was just sort of...
Here's what you've missed, and this is the consequences of what we did this time.
But I mean, I actually don't mind that so much when it's Gallifrey, because if it's not jumping like quickly to the next bit, I'm just a bit relieved that I can keep up with it.
It's good as well, though, that there are consequences to what happened in that first series. It rewards continuing listening. Otherwise, if it's just a complete reset and we just start this new series and it's a whole load of new plots and we don't even regard what happened last year, that's a bit unsatisfying. But my point is, with the progressive versus traditionalist, is you've got Lala Ward and Linda Bellingham playing those two roles. So you say it's not particularly a revolutionary concept, no, but it is being spearheaded by two amazing women who just like spit out that dialogue, and when they get scenes together, man, it just crackles. It crackles. There's everything but the pair of them getting their claws out and tearing at each other's faces.
I would have loved to have seen her do that in Trial of a Time. If we had some scenes like in the recess, like her backstage at the court with all those comments and all that, oh, these two, all this, like, or her in the Valleyard having discussed, like she chats with Narvin in this. If it was her in the Valleyard on TV, on a balcony somewhere in that time station, it would have been amazing.
I think that pairing or that fight, yeah, the two of them, right? Because I was so excited listening to one of these. I put together a terrible montage of Lala Ward one side and Linda Bellingham the other, right? Looking at each other with like total evils, and posted it all over social media. And the amount of people that got in touch and went, "Oh yeah, that's the stuff when those two bitches went at each other." I don't think anyone remembers Gallifrey, but they remember those two.
It's still just so sort of fusty dusty though everywhere. Ugh.
Well, but the main plot of this one, I mean, we are stuck in like some part of the Matrix or something in that cave where she first met Pandora or something. They're all in the. They're all. They do. I appreciate.
Pandora.
I appreciate they are all standing there in that bit of the Matrix for most of this story, explaining stuff to each other. But when you get into the story and like the history of Pandora, and they're just sort of discussing it and finding out, I really like that. That's like a sitting around the fireside listeing to a spooky story.
I think Pandora is fundamentally too complicated. It's
just an old.
But it's Gallifrey.
Well, Pandora, the Imperiatrix, whatever version of it you want to call. I mean, even that is complicated because I don't know why they switched between the two. But she's a future power that future Braxiatel buried in a past Romana that was based on a past Time Lord.
I think, yeah, there was an Imperiatrix in the history. Yeah, it did. Yeah. It happened in history. It did happen, and she was locked away there, I think. But there are future aspects of her as well.
The future Braxiatel,
because later on they like lock away all the past stuff, and it's just a future one that's sort of free, which is K9 is holding back the whole time in a part of the Matrix.
It was an old evil.
It happened.
President
I think it's something
from the dawn of history. Yeah. But the reason why she's a future menace is because her spirit is floating around in Gallifrey.
In the Matrix.
She's going to become reconceptualized in this and be a menace in the future. Yeah. It's not because she's come from the future.
He's holding her back by using codes in his head that he thinks about all the time, but then he gets exiled. This is later on. And then he gets exiled. So K9 just does it. I mean,
well, K9. K9. We got the two K9s as well talking to each other.
I thought this would have actually been a lot stronger because the core story and the core concept is that Pandora, an old thing coming through, and it's took the face of Romana 1. I think this would have been stronger if, for some reason, some sort of abhorrent timeline or something, that Romana 1 was actually evil and fighting against Romana 2, because then there's something I can grab onto there.
See, I
got your past fighting your present.
I love that idea of Romana 1 being an evil version and Romana 2 being
it's a ghost that's just wearing Romana 1, and it's.
Well, it gives Mary Tam a chance to have it up.
I just get annoyed because it just feels like they make it all up. I know how that sounds.
It's all made up.
I don't think you needed the whole regeneration explanation thing. I don't think you needed that. That was for the fad. I don't think you need any. I think there could have just been it was in her past and it's still there somewhere in her, and she finds that out. But she maybe forgot when she regenerated or something. I don't think you need. It went a little bit too far with all of that explanation for the fans.
Biggest problem with Lies is, and I did enjoy it a lot more this time, because it's quite light, a story, is that Gary Russell is no dramaticist. And there are no incidents in this first episode. It's just a series of scenes of people explaining the concepts. That's it. And explaining basically the core concepts of the season. And so that's not a piece of drama. That's a ton of exposition. Chris Chibnall could have written this.
And it does, it's quite, it's like that boring sort of complication. Like you don't really want to figure out why. And then it's sort of, I think it does derail it that why Romana 1 took her face, you know. And then it feels like the whole story arcs around that. When, in The Girl Who Died, we boxed that off in 5 minutes. It's just a little flashback to David Tennant.
I just thought the whole, I'm Romana 1, I'm evil. And then she's like, haha, Pandora fooled you. And her and Romana 2 are working together then. Those scenes I just loved. Tam and Ward together I loved.
I think I liked it more because it is Romana, Leela, Romana K9, the Inquisitor, all just in a room together chatting. If it was just all completely brand new characters that we've never met before, all like original Gallifrey characters.
Oh, that would
Probably
be
wouldn't.
so much worse.
No,
I mean,
wouldn't enjoy it.
You've sent a shiver up my
Yeah,
spine.
that's the
You know how Luke feels
Yeah.
about the original characters.
7 Narvins. The
Oh,
5
Narvin.
Narvins.
But yeah, I think that's why I enjoy it really.
When you compare the script though for Lies and then you listen to Spirit, now that has been crafted and that is a character tale and that has a plot through line and it's all the things that Gary's not doing in that first episode. And you can do it, like Alan Barnes did it at the start in series 1. So it doesn't mean you have to set up something and just have it as a series of explanations. It can be a story as well. This isn't really a story.
And we've also got, those threads from series 1. The Leela Andred thing is still hanging over and going on as well. So that's just sort of around in this episode as something else. But no, it is pretty much them just standing in the Matrix talking.
Yeah.
But I just don't mind it. I think
But that's the sort of thing, though, when you do like a series, you do like those episodes where it just does nothing.
Yeah.
If it was just the Eighth Doctor and Molly just hanging around somewhere,
talking about the tardy rats,
and this
the Doctor,
and all of these Gallifrey. This is like chapter 5. It is chapter 5 on the front. It's not like series 2.1. Well, it is as well, but the chapters carry on, don't they? So I wouldn't just pick this up randomly and just try and enjoy it because you need what's before.
You sort of could, though.
The idea, though, that's like Trial of Time Lord. People wouldn't watch through because if it says like Part A or something, you're like, well, what? Like,
and I think they carry on right through all the series, all the chapters to like 20 something.
Joe, that's why we get like box sets that are like Echoes and and Causeway and all the
Karnaki and
Empty Vessels.
I think they're getting a bit desperate with some of the titles, aren't they? What was that Dalek one again?
Oh, I can't remember now.
Saturation of the Dalek?
No, Potential.
Potential Dalek.
Potential Daleks. That's so exciting. Wait.
I'm sure there's huge potential in that story.
Anyway, okay, I think it's a good start for me.
Reasonable.
Yeah. And zero for you.
1. I said 1.
Okay,
I think this is like a 3 compared to what's coming.
Okay.
I think, but again, it's like as you've said, it's all about the world, and I'm just not interested in the world. And I did send a message to Joe, didn't I? Well, to both of you, and say that I've listened to the first one. I really might not have to carry on here because I'm just going to slam it.
We just say that your perseverance for our sakes. Thank you.
But then we get to episode 2.
So episode 2, so Spirit, and that is written by Stephen Cole.
Oh, that was your favourite last year,
my favourite,
Cole?
Yes.
It was a Leela story, wasn't it? Off on that planet.
Yeah, so this was released in May 2005. And as well as our usual cast, we also have in this episode Michael Cookson. And that's funny.
Oh, Michael Cookson. Why are you laughing at him?
Cookson. As Helen.
Prolonged exposure to me.
And Heather Tracy.
Heather Tracy? Who's that?
That's Melian.
Hello, Heather Tracy.
This is actually one of my favourite Big Finishes, like in my top 10 of anything, actually. I really love this one.
I'll put my cards on the table. This is my second favourite of the season, and I really thought this was a strong script.
So I think it benefits from going off Gallifrey for a bit.
Definitely.
And it's not a two-hander, but it might as well be a two-hander between Leela and Romana. And it's a sort of body swap story, but it's more like instinct swap, isn't it?
It's easily the best one. But like, it's the least like Gallifrey one. So they can see how I've got here. Because they just go out on a planet and sorts of strange Doctor Who-y things happen.
Do you like Leela and Romana?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is sort of...
I think I don't like Leela when she's president. So, Romana when she's president.
I was going to say.
So when you get something like this where it's a bit more not the politics, I'm back in again.
But there's not tons of action, it's still them sitting down talking for a big majority of it.
Someone's throat, Mark. And it sounds kind of hot.
Scene where they sit around a campfire after they've been on the
they talk around the campfire for a lot of the time. I also like the little subplot of like the slaggy receptionist woman.
The
guard. I like all that going on as well. Well, because she's like, oh, I've been here 10 years, so
What's
it
had beats of Mordred Undead as well. The guy coming out of the TARDIS all fucked up.
Oh my god, I love that. This whole arc of that.
That for me is the strongest bit of the story of this series.
Very Stephen Moffat. We get consequence of it in this episode, and then we get how it happened in the next one.
Mordred Undead is the most Stephen Moffat classic story.
Definitely. Very timely.
I absolutely love Mordred Undead.
But as a chance for Leela and Romana, because Leela's dissatisfied and she wants to leave Gallifrey, and she's basically Luke. She hates Gallifrey and she hates all of the backstabbing bastards on it, and she's just had enough. And Romana says, "Well, please, let's just go on this trip, and I'll try and understand." And through a series of sort of two-handers, they do start to learn about each other, and then I'd forgotten that they go into those bloody tanks and come out, and you've got Lala Ward playing Leela and Louise Jameson playing Romana, and I thought they both did a great job. Lala Ward was more mannered because she's suddenly stuck doing no contractions like Louise Jameson does, but Louise Jameson doing all the technobabble, she was amazing.
And they're incorporating the sort of theme of this of science versus instinct, aren't they? It's not there's no Satan pit, but the two of them are doing that. Like they both have wins and they both have losses on their beliefs, I think, throughout this story. I also like that Leela's lip balm is what fucks up the sensory baths.
I just think Cole understands both of the characters. I think he's been writing for Romana because he wrote for Romana a bit during the Eighth Doctor books. He sat with that character for a long time. The Apocalypse element he wrote, so he really gets her. But his voice for Leela is really.
I really enjoy Leela here because actually, I mean, Louise Jameson has done Leela on Big Finish for all those Fourth Doctor adventures. I can't really name any where she's done anything that interesting as Leela than she does here.
The evil one.
She does. She's just Leela being Leela, isn't it?
There's one, the Cromarsh experiment, where the Doctor's in like a mental institute. What do you remember? What? Yeah, you don't like that one.
I don't remember that one at all. Doesn't she have a big row with the Doctor at the end of the Sontaran one?
Oh,
where they have a different sort of morality difference of opinion.
King of Sontar.
Yeah.
That's quite a good one. And one where she's with Boudica in Series.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's pretty cool.
Athenian.
But I mean, that's slim pickings.
She does a lot. She's done so many.
Yeah, and she just gets to be in a foul mood in this one.
She does something, a little bit different as well.
Listen to this. She goes, even with one face, they can show two. I mean, she has great bitchy lines.
Well, I mean, that was, again, it's this thing about Romana's first incarnation that just wobbled me again on this, because she says at one point that she's got beef with Romana because now she can only see her first incarnation. And I was like, okay. Like, she only popped up for 10 minutes the other day. What's the problem? I don't know.
Would this all sit better with you? I mean, it wouldn't, because you'd still be bored by the dialogue and all of that and the world building. But would it sit better with you that hadn't used Mary Tam at all?
I just, well, no, because I do really like Mary Tam. I think I didn't like how she was used. It's fundamentally.
Like or fancy?
No, I didn't like how she was used. It was never, you never really knew what she was, whether she was Romana 1 or this thing. I didn't really know what the thing was.
It's all going to be explained in Series 3. But no,
I'm falling for it again, Joe.
It's a simple story, but there's enough happening. There's great dialogue, and it's got a really nice soundscape to this one as well.
There's still the ongoing plot in the background, and then with this guy that turns up.
Yeah, that's just a nice mystery to take you into the next one.
When I first listened to this, it was so exciting to be like, what is going on? What is going to happen? And listening to the next one as well, when it all gets revealed, I just thought it was really clever.
That had me in completely.
Yeah.
How would you score this one then, Luke?
7.
7? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's 3 away from 10.
Wow.
Yeah, this is by far the peak. I will be absolutely clear about that. But I think I was thinking about this in all the other ones. I think this series would be better if Romana had an actual friend, or I know Leela's a friend, but like a comedy-ish character, someone a bit lighter who wasn't in the politics, who you knew wasn't going to stab her in the back every episode. It would just, I think, give that a little bit of balance that would.
Leela's quite serious, isn't she?
Yeah, because Leela's got the Amjad thing going on, so she's quite serious as well.
But she's being used as like a political pawn as well, and being forced into roles that she's not come like at the academy and things like that. I see what you're saying. There's no one where you go, oh, they're in this scene. All right. Well,
yeah, just a safe base for 2
I suppose that's K9. Any sort of light humour comes from K9 in this.
No,
I start to see your point of view, Luke.
He's just lost on a computer, isn't he? And there's 2 of him, so it's there's one there's one blow up.
Oh yeah, one gets blown up. Yeah.
Oh my God!
In the bomb, in the big
Bart
bomb.
was so sad. He was cuddling RK9 for ages.
Is it Leela's one? It's Leela's one, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got a few choice quotes when he died. Yeah.
Well, also, I think this was the best one because it didn't have lines like, you would never have my access codes, but if someone had my access codes, then the ladies' access codes would never have secondary access codes. Or with the way they speak, like Narvin speaks, he's like, I wouldn't cheat, as you put it. Yes, it was a point. I wouldn't hesitate to destroy you, Maxie Tell. And I'm there like glory.
Oh my God! I want Luke Malloy to play all the characters.
I think you're describing chapter 7 pretty much.
Pandora!
The one with the access codes.
But that is why I like this, because we are away from that.
Yeah. Well, let's go on to chapter 7 then.
But if you're a Gallifrey fan, surely that's like exactly what you want. In a way.
But you need but even you need a rest. Like, did you watch Severance?
No, I heard it was great though.
So and all of the stories were set in and out of that office, and then they just had one story where they went out into the mountains on a work experience trip. And every now and again, you've got to do that, to keep things fresh. That's what the second one is.
Because out of the 4 in series 1, we had the one at the conference with Leela, and then we had the one on the train as well. So we weren't stuck on Gallifrey.
Charlie Pollard.
Yes, yeah. So at least they were away.
For the one with the exotic dancer.
Yeah, where Leela was.
I remember that.
Yeah. So out of those, half of series 1 was not on Gallifrey.
Whereas 3, 4, 5, and technically 6 are all.
Yeah, they're all on Gallifrey in just like Romana's office a lot of the time. Which I can't even picture in my head. It's just nothing. It's just.
No, I was just seeing the rooms from Invasion of Time, really.
The cogs.
Yeah. The cogs.
No.
But also, every time they were in a corridor, I was seeing that sort of blow-up plastic.
I'd just be like grey corridor, just like a white room.
Every now and again, they walk past that Costa Coffee cafe from Arc of Infinity,
Well, completely random point, but why is it any time the Vardens turn up on Big Finish, I get really excited? I do, I really do.
They've got a ready-made sound effect there with a tinkle of tinfoil.
So the next one, Pandora, was written by Justin Richards.
Yes, now this was Justin was your sticking point in series 1, I seem to remember.
And who do we have here? Well, we have Ian Hallard as Castellan Winter.
Oh, that's Mark Gatiss' buddy.
And according to this, Nicholas Briggs was the Gold Usher. And the Time Lords were John Ainsworth, Nigel Fairs, and Toby Robinson.
Why do you just end up laughing when you read out Carl's list?
So this one, this is where we find out. Oh no, do we find out in this one? Yeah, we do about Colonel. Actually, Winter is my favourite character.
Yeah, he's mine.
I thought it was brilliant.
All the scenes, can I just say, all the scenes with Darkel and Winter, where Darkel was going, "Oh, I'm just a silly woman. I wouldn't know anything about politics.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do that." And the way she was manipulating him by playing the simpering woman, I loved it.
Narvin as well, like Narvin, Darkel, they're all, and Paul Winter's just stuck in the middle, and just seeing those conversations happen, and you know what conversation they've just had. Yeah, that's the
It's the one who ends up in Spiller.
Yeah, because he has the codes and everything. But just seeing how that unfolds, I just really enjoyed listening to, like, oh, you're just like, no, oh, don't say that, and then it just all. I mean, you know where it's going.
I think we should ask Luke about access codes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that sums up Gallifrey dialogue for me. Is it access codes, and they've got their access codes, and how would they get their access code? They must have got the access code through my access codes, Maxi Hotel.
I mean, I won't lie. There was a lot of that in this, because the whole point of this was
like, who's got whose fucking access codes and why?
But then the whole thing, and then they're also that setting up Braxiatel to lead as well.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, this is where I'm like, I really don't get the world or the world building in it. I feel like it's complete bollocks with no integrity. It really feels like they just make things up. Like, I would really like Gallifrey if we had like Moses's 10 laws of what you could actually do or not do, because I just think we're told whenever it's relevant that you can do it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Romana got deposed for opening a bag of Maltesers or something, because it makes stuff up. Like, all the stuff that they've done, and Braxiatel is exiled because he spoke to his future self. It feels.
The Doctor does that all the time. Oh, I suppose.
No, he's exiled, doesn't he? Yeah, he's not there. Right. Yeah, I mean, it does make you wonder.
Romana did it 2 episodes ago.
Oh, that was Pandora, and then there was a Matrix projection. You can go into the Matrix and anything can happen.
I'm sort of going to be somewhere between Luke and Mark, which is a really nice place to be. Because I think this is very talky, and I think it's very technobabble heavy, and it's overly complicated in the same way Justin Richards' one was in the first one. He just overplots his stories. But I love the double acts. I love Narvin and Brax. I love Darkle and Winter. And I love Leela and K9. And this is a series of double act conversations throughout this entire episode. And so where I'm less involved in the plot, because this was where you found out all about the past, present, and future of Pandora. And I was going, what the fuck is going on? Like, I haven't got a clue.
I think I felt crap.
But when I'm with those people, and I love the political stuff, I really, really enjoy that. It reminds me of, don't spit at me, the pair of you, of like stuff like Deep Space Nine or The West Wing, all that sort of political maneuvering that Darkle's doing throughout this. I just think that's really clever. So there's stuff that is boring, and there's stuff that's engaging. So it's sort of a mixed bag for me, this one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember much about this, to be honest.
You remember the access codes?
Remember that, yeah. And then there's an explanation for Winters.
Yeah, because then it's the virus, isn't it? Because there was one of the students who's going to put something in the water about the regeneration. That's when they find out, and then you see it all happen back. And then, because Kanan records the audio of it.
Yeah, because he can't speak because he cut his tongue out.
Yeah, and he cuts his tongue.
Which is a good image.
Yeah, and doesn't he like smash his hands in like the door?
He gets his hands chopped off in a door,
yeah, and then takes the TARDIS out. I think that's I really enjoyed that.
I mean, I'll say we were on a train to London, and that train trip just went, didn't it? We were like, fucking hell, I felt like I've been on this train for 5 minutes.
That's crazy, because I was just having a nice relaxing afternoon, and boy did it drag on.
Well, they're about what, an hour and 10 minutes each?
Oh, they felt so long. I think all the movies I could watch.
If you're having a nice afternoon, don't you want the time to stretch to infinity?
No, not with these ragtag bunch of people.
I think they could have cut them down a little bit, like an hour or 50 minutes maybe. You could still tell the same story in the same way. There is they can cut down some of those conversations. I think.
If you like it, if you're a fan,
I'm a fan, and even I think there's too much plot. I think it's too complicated.
Isn't Andred down in the sewers or something as well with the? That's all
He's
going as
always.
well.
It feels like the whole series. He's just walking about underneath the Capitol.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got that mystery
And
of
then
who freed him. We still don't
Yeah.
know at this
Oh no, it
point,
was
do we?
at this point, but it's Darkle that frees him, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, no, we find
Oh,
out
yeah.
later, yeah.
Because she had access codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, unlike Gary's script at the start, where I just don't think he's got a script in him. I think Justin Richards really can write, but someone just needs to rein him in and say, take out a few elements, and just have a coherent plot. The thing is, we came out of both Justin Richards ones, Series 1 and Series 2, going, what the fuck was that all about? And you shouldn't be thinking that when you listen to a piece of audio drama.
I think also the first series is a bit more, the story's quite much separate. And then here, if you're not vibing with it,
It's
and at this point, I'm like, oh my God, I've got at least 2 more hours of whatever this is about Pandora. And at the moment, she's bouncing about in a partition, whatever that is, and she's being held in by Braxiatel's codes in his head, which he thinks about whenever he needs to, but he's about to pass them on to K9. And then there's going to be a present and a future version. And I don't even know if it was the past version in the first episode. And now I'm just completely lost.
Luke, I have never been so turned on by you than I am right now. Do you know? Please talk about Braxiatel's in codes again.
Braxiatel.
Oh, Narvin! Hello. What I will say is, I think this is the last weak spot for me of the season. I think the last 2 are great, and that there is a good mix of character and plot in the last 2.
How very lax of Brax.
I will not tolerate such comments from you, Luke Malloy.
Okay, so the next one then. So chapter 8, Insurgency, was written by Steve Lyons.
Lions.
Steve Lyons. Steve Lyons.
Sakes. He's got an insurgency in his loins, yeah.
Who do we have here? We've got Stephen Wickham as Valiers.
Oh, we love Stephen Wickham. Do you know who that is? That's Joseph, the porter from the Bernice series.
Never heard the Bernice series.
Oh, okay.
Stephen Wickham. Oh, I know. He's in Red Dwarf, isn't he?
Yes, he's the Gelf that snobs Lister.
In Red Dwarf.
Yeah. You remember?
Yeah.
Have you seen the behind the scenes where it's like, oh, I've got to snob Craig Charles. It's the best of my acting career.
I seen Craig Charles on Friday night. DJing.
Yeah.
And then this week we have the students. So we've got Stuart Piper, Gary Bakewell, Jenny Livesey, and John Dorney playing the students.
Dorney.
Making his Big Finish debut. Hello, John.
I don't know if it's his debut, but
I don't think he did anything before this.
Oh, I think he must have. Anyway, so this one,
we
finally get to see somewhat of what's happening with the students and everything. I think it's a little bit late in the series. If we'd have bits of this throughout the other stories, or even in the last story, it would have felt a bit more like a world. Because I agree that it does sometimes feel like we're in Romana's office the whole time. So at least we get to see things away from Romana a little bit.
I sort of wish this happened over the 4 episodes rather than in this one. Like, I think that's what you're saying, isn't it?
But the second you put in terrorist attacks on Gallifrey and they're murdering all the aliens and things like that, like, that's meaty stuff. That's stuff I can get hold of.
Yeah, this one was better than 1 and 3. I was more into it because you did have a bit more of the students sort of like easy to get on with characters. Can I ask a question though? How is a random Scotsman just at a Time Lord University?
What do you mean?
Oh, he's no, because he's from
Scotsman.
Which one's that? Isn't he a Time Lord? Because there's a Time Lord with them, hanging around with them. He's like Time Lord student.
Right. I thought he was a random Scotsman from Earth.
Oh, I don't know if is he from Earth?
Oh, yeah, no, there is somebody from Earth. There's an Epistani, there's a Monan.
What do you have to do to grow up in Scotland and then suddenly end up at the Time Lord University?
Well, they're opening it up. Ace could have been in this as a student, couldn't she?
Oh, my God. There's hope for Mark Donaldson on Gallifrey yet.
Do you know, nowadays, if this was coming out now, next year we'd be like, Students on Gallifrey, the box set would be out, and it would be just those kids And
might be all right, to be fair.
yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what I loved about this one though? This was like the most dark or heavy one at this point, and she's there using the murder of alien students to her political advantage. She's there on the scene going, "Oh, that such a thing could happen here on Gallifrey. You know, we must go back to the old ways in order." Oh man, Linda Bellingham can do. I just love a bitch.
No, she just annoyed me because she speaks
Hey, I
like the
love
rest.
her.
She speaks like the rest of them. She speaks like Northern and like Brax and like they all just you could any of them could just say the lines.
I mean, listen to this dialogue. Plenty of Luddites to fight for her stagnant past. The strands of the future are yours to weave in periatrics. I mean, I love all this stuff. It's melodrama at its finest.
Oh bloody hell, Joe!
And it ends right on a, the time has come, Madam President Romana, for you to be usurped. We will put this to a vote and we'll hold up. What are they called when you vote for things? We will hold an election. And it's like, oh my God, they're going to tear Gallifrey apart between the two of them. Like, the last
Oh
scene.
yeah, but it's like, oh, surprise, if someone's trying to depose Romana of power. Oh, okay.
So it's like Darkel, like the Nigel Farage of Gallifrey sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
racist that doesn't want to. Yes, she's absolutely. She's
that does change the
she's
way
the
you
Trump.
watch Trial of a Time Lord.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I just can't go back to it the same way again. She's so nice in
She
that.
should have had a pint in her hand playing darts.
And I thought, the kids weren't the most riveting of characters that I've ever seen in a Big Finish, but they were well played. I believe that they were friends, and I believed that they were cross when they started dying out. Like, there was just enough here, I think.
They didn't talk like the stuffy politicians, so I was in. I liked them, and it did just make me laugh that there's a random Scotsman there, and he ends up like trying to get the key to Rassilon. He ends up under the panopticon of like a random Scotsman. Mark Donaldson is just there under the panopticon.
I'd love to see him in those robes, and that skull cap. But it does feel like
Nick Briggs was playing the Gold Usher.
I remember when we were listening to this, it did feel like the series was gaining momentum here. That all the ideas that they'd introduced were cohering, and we were heading in a direction where it was going to be a standoff between the two ladies. And basically, one way or the other, Gallifrey was going to change for good.
Which it does, by the end of the series. But
I like Leela doing her tutoring stuff as well.
So Leela's teaching. What's she teaching? I know she talks about the invasion of time. She tells the story of the invasion of time. But what's she teaching?
Well, I think she teaches butchery with her knife.
Wisdom of being living on Gallifrey, not from Gallifrey, and
she's that sort of conduit.
Yeah, she's like the president's bodyguard. So,
but she's also an alien, like you say.
Yeah,
I mean, what subject are you doing? Oh, we've got Leela today.
No, she's helping them.
She literally says
to live on Gallifrey.
This is how you get indoctrinated into living on Gallifrey.
Or the history of the Shobogans. What was that? The history of the Shobogans.
I think again everything happens so quick, doesn't it? Like Leela starts the first day on the job, the students are happy, the segregation policies are brought in, the police are brought in, the students die one by one, then Leela resigns, and it's just like fucking
generally that's how a story works, right? One event follows another and then you reach a conclusion.
I suppose I complaining when we had 0 events in the first episode.
Do you know, I prefer the early ones. I'm starting to slightly lose what's going on here. So by the time it gets to the last one, I am a little bit like, okay, this might be one too long.
We need to bring up Romana kills Andred, and it's like nothing happens. And I had to rewind it back and be like, what the hell is going on? Because she kills him, but it's not explained if that's Pandora.
Game of Thrones, Luke. Shock twists and turns, surprises.
Yeah, I'm a bit. I get.
And I also thought Northern and Darker were like watching her on the camera, and if she's just killed Andred, that's surely the thing to use to discredit her more than anything else.
I did find
Why is she cutting throats all of a sudden? Everywhere she goes, she's cutting throats.
Who?
Romana.
Oh, I don't know. Well, because the Pandora's taken over. The evil voice whispers
Pandora.
into Romana. Slip through.
Come on, what's the difference between Pandora and the Imperiatrix?
Well,
Another name.
Pandora's a lovely bracelet that you add charms to at Christmas.
The Imperiatrix, like the High President. It's just a title, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Pandora's the person, and the title is Imperiatrix.
The Imperiatrix from Neverland. Do you remember?
Because that's the flashback.
Time,
Neverland,
lady.
she's being the Imperiatrix.
Have
there.
pity. Pity? I don't think so.
Yeah, because that sort of call back to Neverland. Yeah,
and Pandora at this point has already had her ass kicked twice. What, like,
yeah,
and she's being held by K9.
But the clinch in the last one, where it's like, you need K9 to stop all these bombs going off, and I'm not going to allow you access to K9 unless you let me out. I thought that was a great twist.
Mm. Okay, well, let's go on to the last one, Chapter 9.
Oh my God,
Imperiatrix. So this one is written by Stuart Sheargold.
Oh, I thought it was Alan Barnes.
No, it's Stuart Sheargold, apparently.
I'm sorry, Stuart. I've been crediting Alan Barnes all this time.
Who else have we got here? Well, in this one, we've got Robin Sebastian as Antimon. We've got Daniel Hogarth as the Nephistani ambassador. And this is, Gallifrey fans, a very special edition because it's on 2 discs. There was so much Gallifrey.
Double length.
You should have seen my face drop.
You know, don't you love it when you get double length?
I didn't realise when I first listened to this. I thought the second one was like behind the scenes.
This just got filthy in the last 2 seconds.
I'm sorry.
So this,
you bring it out of all the games.
So when this disc finished, I thought that was the end of the story. It took me ages to realise there's an extra half an hour on the second disc.
It was a bit odd. Why didn't they do 2 45 minutes rather than an hour and then 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's like 25 minutes, isn't it? Yeah.
Very odd.
Yeah. Oh, well, also includes an exclusive 45-minute behind-the-scenes documentary featuring the cast and creators discussing the first 2 series of Gallifrey and previewing the third.
Luke, now I know you did a lot
I can lend you that if you want.
You did a lot of research for 2 Hopper TV we did recently. I assume you listened to this behind-the-scenes featurette.
Nope.
I've not heard it.
No, neither have I. We should listen to that.
Yeah. Anyway, this does get, I admit, this does get a bit more complicated now. For me.
This is not complicated at all. This is such a clear script.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Do you know what? Can I just say, backstabbing, murder, political moves, Faustian pacts, terror attacks, evil villainesses from the dawn of history, a bad K9, and wonderful character scenes. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more in a Big Finish drama. I mean, this is one of my highlights of the year so far, listening to this one.
I would take any unit box set over this.
Oh, wow.
Any of them.
Put that opinion down, Terry.
Also, we've got Gallifrey, civil war going on, haven't we?
Bombs going off everywhere.
It still feels quite small, though. It doesn't feel like the whole world. It does still feel like it's happening. It's that. Well, yeah, I know. That's the thing. It just feels like it's all on that panopticon.
The first series actually felt a bit more like Universal. Like there was more aliens around, and they were, because I think this does feel like you're almost watching, a 1980s series of Doctor Who on those sets where Darkle and Romana are arguing with each other all the time.
It doesn't help that you've got all that organ music playing. You can hear Dudley Simpson's da 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 da. Like all of that organ music. It so reminds you of the Invasion of Time. But Luke, it's such a shame, you're not continuing with this voyage, because when you get to series 4, that's when they throw all of this out of the window. No, seriously, we leave Gallifrey, and it's all alternative versions of Gallifrey, fucking batshit ones where Colin Baker, runs Gallifrey as a load of evil vampires and bullshit like that.
But I'm not. I just don't like anything it does. So I don't think I'd find that fun.
No, I mean, I hated that series, so you probably love it.
Don't tell me there's a fucking Narvin out there.
No,
They all-
no. Narvin goes into the alternative universes with him.
They
He's
all
a good
do.
guy by that point.
Yeah.
Actually, he does start to turn in this one. Don't you? You think he's working with Darkel, and he's not. He's working against her. And by the end of this, he helps them uncover the plot.
Mm.
That's called character growth, you know.
No, you could sense him just getting a bit more good. I didn't mean I liked him any more than than Zero.
I felt so sad when K9 got killed.
Yeah,
That was a
that
great
was a
moment.
Yeah.
And Leela's really sad, isn't she? It's a bit like Sarah at the end of School Reunion. It's just a silly little dog.
Mm. But I think by this point it did just get a little bit too much, and it didn't need to be an hour and a half. I think it should. One disc
It's
was
so
enough.
unwelded. So like Joe said, they sort of getting to that point where they've got to release Pandora. The bomb, all the sort of threats have built up, and they've reached this.
It's great drama.
It's not great drama, but it's
functional.
It's got there, and you can see how it's got there. But as soon as Pandora's out, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, see, that was the only point where I lost it a bit, and I was like, what are we doing now?
So at one point we've all lost the plot.
Wait. That was literally in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
until then.
Still.
It's unwieldy. You said it's complicated. This was such a clear script. It was
wasn't.
so clear.
So clear you lost track of it.
Yeah.
No, I lost track of
Pandora
who
manifests as Romana 1, who claims she is Romana 1, but she's not. And then there's a mix of like her and Pandora going on, and she's been in Romana 2's head the whole time and a bit in control of her, but it's not really explained how she did that or why she didn't do more of it. And then for some reason this is going to cause a civil war. Like, that's just a fact. This causes a civil war, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm very happy to walk away now.
But also, it doesn't wrap everything up because we've got a third act to go. We have this ongoing
I would
story.
find it so much more interesting if it was Romana 1 against Romana 2 here. I don't really care that it's, because it feels like that Big Finish club thing that, we'll just get Mary Tam to do it because she's one of the old companions. It's that sort of like, it's not a new enemy. It's just, we'll do it because it's Mary Tam.
Well, in Series 3, she carries on being Imperatrix. Yeah, Mary Tam does carry on that role.
Just have her as an evil Romana 1.
I think she rules Gallifrey.
From an alternate timeline or something.
I think she is ruling Gallifrey as Pandora by Series 3. I think.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Well, no, because Series 3, the end of Series 3 is essentially where the Time War kicks in, isn't it? They've got prophecies of the Time War at the end of Series 3 because that's where the TV show was coming back. But like, I just thought the character moments were great in this as well. I really liked all of the Leela Narvin stuff with them working together because that ultimately, along the line, she's still very resistant of him at this point because he's a total snake. But eventually, it almost becomes romantic between the two of them. So that's the first step there where they first work together. I loved the bit after the bomb went off and Romana makes the people responsible for the bomb go in there and literally taste the ashes of the people that they've killed. There was really powerful moments in this, I thought.
I think the character work was pretty bad. I mean, Leela's reaction to finding out that her best friend killed her husband is, we can't be friends.
Well, that would be my reaction if you killed Mark.
This is Leela. She stabbed someone in the hearts this episode, and her reaction to that piece of information is, we can't be friends. Not anymore.
I mean, I suppose she's been through a lot by this point. She's probably just fed up.
I know. Where's the levity, you know? Where's the random Scotsman?
Antimon was the free time agent, wasn't he, ultimately? That's why he planted all those bombs, yeah?
So the bombs, they still get infected with the dogma virus, even though the bombs don't go off, right?
I think it gets out, yeah. The dogma virus gets out.
How does that work going forward? Because isn't that meant to stop like Time Lord regeneration forever?
I think all the answers are in Series 3, Luke.
It's when they regenerate it happens, so you don't know. So it's dormant, isn't it, until you regenerate, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and then what happens when you regenerate?
I can't remember.
I can't remember even.
Oh my God. You guys have you've totally gone past the bit as well where Romana, right, the way she manages to wipe the floor with Darkel is by literally claiming the title Imperiatrix from the past. She goes, "You wanted the past, fine. I'm going to be the Imperiatrix. That gives me control of everything in Gallifrey. I'm dissolving all of your houses. I'm going to be the only political opinion that there is." That whole sequence where Darkel's going, "You can't do that," and Romana's going, "Well, this is what you wanted." I loved all that stuff.
That sort of theme might work after not over 5 hours.
I feel like you're being deliberately resistant to the gold in this, Luke.
A little. That's what happens when you don't engage with something, you don't like it. It's like, even Doctor Who episodes, if you like a Doctor Who episode, you can see no wrong in it. And if you don't like it, you pick out every little nitpick about it.
Because, there were parts of Long Barrow I quite enjoyed, but you wouldn't believe that listening to the episode.
Yeah, because, I don't know, you just... Yeah.
But I didn't like it. But it's just so fascinating, though, that you literally are coming, as usual, coming in at a completely different angle to me and Mark.
Well, you were there at the time. I think that is a huge part of it. I think it's time to dispel this myth that early Big Finish is so much better than modern Big Finish.
It's not. No, it is just, now.
It's you,
okay,
you were
now.
You were just. It is, no. You were. It is as hit and miss.
Start this.
It is as hit and miss as it always was. It's just you were there at the time, and it was very exciting.
Nostalgia is real.
I think they're better audio dramas.
Factor.
They're better.
It's definitely a factor. But I think
they're
Luke
better
right.
produced. No, they're better produced back then.
Luke
is a good audio drama. It doesn't matter if I don't know what's going on.
Insofar
I disagree. You might get the feeling that it's quite, mechanically churned out, but they're well produced now. Most of them.
These are well. Yeah. This was so well produced. It was 2 discs, hour and a half. So much content. You get blimmin' potential Daleks. They're like 20-minute episodes.
Heard it, yeah?
No, but they are. Those second Doctor ones, they're 15, 20-minute episodes. They can't even fill up a whole 25-minute episode. They still sell it for like 3 times the amount. And all the actors that are in this as well. They've just got them in Michael Troughton.
I'm talking about the
never seen you so passionate. You look radiant right now. My God.
Actual episodes. They're just as hit and miss. I mean, just listen to. Although you might have said, "Oh, Luke Malloy is not a big fan of the Audacity range." I absolutely love the Audacity range. It was just that one box set. But
I can point out the messages. All right, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That one box set, but the Causeway that just came out is the best audio I've heard in years.
What I will say, I've been trying to say, but let's see, we're getting very passionate there, is the latter day Gallifreys, the Time War sets, wipe the floor with this stuff. And I love this stuff, right? And I like how scaled back the sound design and music is. And I don't really like how orchestral and over the top all the soundscape is now. But they're meatier stories. That first Time War set where beep and beep are both murdered by beep and beep. I mean, I will never forget those things. I won't remember after this in a year's time, but those Time War sets are great. So I do think there's great stuff in the future. And yes, it can be hit and miss in the past, but that's all of Doctor Who and all of its spin-off.
I think it's just time we stop saying that myth.
But the first 50 releases of the main range are the best.
But they were just there first, so they've got that sort of to them anyway. Like, if you're first to go, you are going to have a bit. People are going to like you more because you're not 20 years down the line.
No, for me, it's more basic sound design. I prefer it scaled back.
No, and also I think
that's my biggest thing for the old ones.
You wouldn't get a Holy Sarah now. You wouldn't get a Davros now. You wouldn't get any of those risks that they took in the
I agree. There's better.
That's what I miss. I think it's also neutered now.
But there's some cleverer stories.
Some. But there's so many stories now. Those clever stories are sort of lost in a quagmire of mid.
Also this time, 2005, Big Finish. This is when all those main range ones were way too long. They were like 40-minute episodes. They could have been cut down. And it is probably the same for this as well. You can cut these down a lot as well.
Yeah, that is one thing I've had a problem with Gallifrey. Because I'm so now used to episodes being at maximum an hour. And I will zone after that.
Let's see, if this was broken up maybe into like half-hour episodes,
it might be a lot.
Or it might be, and you had a little break
yeah.
between each one, and you just sort of did a bit by bit.
Big
It might be a bit more.
You haven't got an attention span.
Yeah, of course you can just.
Like you can't pay
just
attention
stop
for an
and start.
hour.
I don't think
It's
quite
hard
to
to focus on something as dense as this for an hour.
Oh,
yeah.
Go and listen to John Levine running a pub then.
But
that is good.
I really love the arc that goes through these. I think it is very well thought out, and if you do like those characters, and you get your fans of Narvin and Braxiatel, if you are the fans, like you can really appreciate. What are they going to be doing this time? Who are they teaming up with? Who's saying what about who?
I think
all of that. I do appreciate that.
The biggest difference between you and me and Luke is that we love these characters, all of them, absolutely all of them. So if the story's good and we love those characters, great. If the story's shit and we love those characters, well, we can still listen. Whereas you don't like half these characters.
Well,
so if the story's shit and you don't like the characters,
I'm not even particularly that keen on Romana and Leela. I like the Doctor Who version of Romana and Leela. I don't like President Romana. I don't like depressed Leela.
I don't want to be accused of being rude again, but doesn't she turn you on a bit when she gets really bossy?
Turn me on when she slit that guy's throat.
No, really bossy and starts shouting at everybody. My God.
I still don't see her. I don't see her as TV Romana. I see her as Lala Ward now, in my mind, when I imagine these.
Yeah. She's a bit like her when she's on a comedy. She talks to everyone in Gallifrey the same way she talks to Christopher Bidmead in her commentary, Can we ask you, Luke, obviously, since this is the end of your Gallifrey journey, what have you taken away from this? What lessons have you learned from going through series 1 and 2?
I've took away that I've now found the worst spin-off in the Doctor Who. The whole franchise, worse than the war between the Lannister, worse than K9, worse than Class. It's the worst spin-off there's ever been. I'd rather spend my time with any of those over this. That's just a fact.
Well, we're very pleased to have allowed you to experience.
All the Narvanites will be out for you. They will be looking for you.
But I mean, it's a matter of taste, isn't it? The thing is, I don't think I would like this even at the time. It was obviously popular at the time, but.
Do you think there's a version of a Gallifrey spin-off that you would enjoy? Or do you just not like Gallifrey?
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem. I thought Lungbarrow got close in the way of its sort of, that's that fantastical thing. As I said at the beginning, I'm bored of being in the capital, in the Panopticon.
And plenty of that in Lungbarrow as well.
There is, but like the idea of in a live house that's buried, that's got canals in, that's got family members like living in the walls and stuff. That
he's not wrong, it is as tedious as that sounds.
That's just a bit more. I think Dylan might have described it as like Discworld, that's
no, it's Gormenghast through and through. It's barely disguised.
And I just don't know why we haven't gone to Gallifrey and gone and done a bit more of that and gone because Gallifrey is not just our one little bubble.
Yeah, I'm trying to think in the series. There's a little bit of it maybe in series 3 where Romana goes back to her ancestral home.
Knowing Gary as well as I do now, that Invasion of Time Gallifrey, that Deadly Assassin Gallifrey, he loves that so much. And you don't even need to be told that because he's based all of this on what's presented in those two stories. He's sort of ignored the 80s stuff. He's really going for that 70s stuff.
I like the Deadly Assassin because it's sort of action-packed and it's fun, and you don't necessarily have to engage with the political side of it to enjoy it, because at the end it's the good guy shoots the president and what happens next. But The Matrix is probably the worst thing to ever happen to Doctor Who, wasn't it? Really,
this whole series wouldn't happen if the Matrix didn't exist. None of this story could. It all relies on the Matrix.
The Matrix
Gallifrey story relies on the Matrix
because it's and anything that happens. This is again another fundamental problem I've got with it is the no rules thing, and that's where the Matrix comes in at every turn. Well, the Matrix did this, and the Matrix says that, and this came out the Matrix, and it can just be used for anything.
I do genuinely think as well. I said this I said it on the Lungbarrow episode. I think the universe is more interesting when Gallifrey isn't in it. It was more interesting in series 1 to 4 of the new series, or series 1 to 7 of the new series. It was certainly more interesting in the Eighth Doctor books when they got rid of Gallifrey and wiped out all that continuity and the Doctor's memory and just told original stories. Yeah, I mean, even when somebody with the imagination of Stephen Moffat, and I'll throw him a bone. He's got 1,000,001 great ideas in his head. When even he boils down Gallifrey to Daleks going pew 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 around the planet, even he can't do anything imaginative with Gallifrey. I just think it's doomed in terms of storytelling. It's kind of doomed.
But then I think this whole time, everyone always focuses on that Deadly Assassin Invasion of Time stuff. There's probably something good out there with the War Games version of Gallifrey.
Yeah, the gods.
Yeah, why have we never seen anyone try and do something like that? Because I suppose you can't do it for long, but those 10 minutes in the War Games are so much more tantalising than anything we get in the Invasion of Time. Why has no one ever done that, Gallifrey? We don't have to.
If I just imagine that one of those Time Lords in War Games is supposed to be Narvin, no.
No, that's a twist. That's a twist there on.
Is.
It's an old regeneration of Narvin.
Narvin, I thought that was Narvin. There you go.
Is there anyone he's not been? Christ,
literally I think the best Gallifrey moments in the series are the mentions of the Time War in Rusty Davies' first iteration, because it sounded so enticing, and it's just sort of out of your grasp, the Nightmare Child and the armies of Never Was and all of that stuff. When it boils down to what you actually see in the Time War, it's fucking tedious.
And the Imperiatrix, should have mentioned.
The Imperiatrix. What are the best Gallifrey moments in Doctor Who? I think they're probably
shooting the president, but that wouldn't necessarily have to be a Gallifrey thing. That's just epic anyway.
I just think it's two moments that aren't even on Gallifrey. It's the end of Mind Warp, where the Doctor gets ripped away, and that dramatic scenario there, amazing, because they really feel like gods, don't they? They tear him away from the action, and then they manipulate the events, and it's properly dramatic. And the other one is the end of the War Games, episode 9, where they're running in slow motion and the gods are descending down, and then you go to Gallifrey in episode 10, and it's so boring. It's just a number of boring sci-fi sets with people in robes.
It's always that tease, you're right. I mean, even like Death in Heaven, when you have Capaldi puts the coordinates in and then he arrives and it's not there, and he just slams the console in anger that he's been filled.
There's us going, yes, thank God.
And it was it's like I mean, that feels so cool. You're like, oh no, but actually if it was there, Christ, you'd be bored.
I mean, I realise this is counterintuitive to what I've been saying this whole episode, because I fucking love this series. But I really think it's the actors. I think it's the actors, and the characters. It's not Gallifrey. It's not the concept. I don't give a shit about that.
If a series gets its characters right for you, the plots don't really matter in a way.
Can you think of an alternative Big Finish spin-off where that's the case for you? Where it's
the Paternoster gang. I've listened to 25 stories. I don't think there's particularly an 8 out of 10. I don't think it gets higher than an 8 out of 10 for any of them.
Don't you come for this, all right? If you're recommending that bullshit.
But I love the three of them just chatting away. What are you shaking your head for?
What are you talking about? You love that boring bunch from the unit.
Go right in. Do you know as well? Because there's a few I don't have, so I can't wait to get the rest of them. Because this one actually started pretty good as well.
Have you got the one with McGann. What about the second Doctor one or the?
No, so they'd be the next one. Next one.
Has River Song met the Paternoster gang yet?
Don't think so. There's one where Jaeger comes back, but he sounds really old.
Jackie Tyler, has she met the Paternoster gang? It's nice to hear.
That's your Gallifrey.
But, also it's also so it's not just this. It's also like the John Hurt War Doctor ones, which get close to this. I hate them as well. It's something about being around Gallifrey. And yet,
But
you're
look-
right. As soon as you teased about it, I'm like, oh, we could be going back to Gallifrey.
Yeah, I get what you mean about the John Hurt ones. That's more because it's the Daleks for me, I think.
Oh.
it's
But we do
always-
get the Daleks invading Gallifrey in Gallifrey Series 5 and 6. They
Yeah.
do come through.
And obviously we do the Time War, but they're barely in
Then
it,
that
aren't
starts a bit later on, so we do end up with that a little bit later on in Gallifrey. But by that point, you've got you've been with these characters for so long now.
Yeah.
You just
yeah.
you're happy to hear them in whatever situation.
And those relationships continue to evolve as you go along.
Has Narvin ever met PC Andy from Torchwood? Because that would be my idea of an audio from hell.
Like now, at the point now, yeah, I adore Narvin as a character. But taking on series 1 and 2 of Gallifrey, I would hate him.
I
But
hated him anytime he turned up in Dark Eyes as well.
Yeah,
I was just trying to enjoy my life with the Paul McGann and Tardybox, Holly O'Sullivan, and then Narvin would pop up and he'd be like, "Oh, you're not doing this right."
I'll tell you what my equivalent is of this. Where you just couldn't get on with anything. It's Liv and Helen. I mean, when they're in anything at all, I mean, they automatically make a reasonable script very boring. So I do get it.
I do get what you mean there, but I don't. I just think they're just fine. But I think some of the stories they're in are so strong.
So many though, Luke. I mean, they're still making stories.
Some of them are so good though.
Sometimes I think Maggie Staples got away by dying, Otherwise, she'd still be making them now. Honestly. We wouldn't like even Smythe anymore. We love her. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, well, there we are.
That is... No, not
My
Gallifrey. What's yours? Your version of Gallifrey for Luke? Yeah, your spin-off where the characters are so terrible for you that even if the story...
Well, they don't even have to be bad. It's just completely unengaging for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Why did I ask you that question? You love it all.
I mean, I do like it all. I mean,
you wanted to put on Winston Churchill the other day.
That's actually quite good.
I don't know who will buy that. Why would you buy
Me.
He was so happy to put it on the shelf.
Really
You should have seen him.
It's really great.
It was like all his Christmases in the car was.
Maybe it's River Song for me. I'm not too bothered about River Song, but I do listen to all of the box sets.
I'm the opposite to you. I'm not, I like River Song, but I'm not bothered about listening to her sets.
She goes in the thingy from Carnival of Monsters.
So I've got that one set.
How can you say Big Finish is better nowadays?
I've got that one set where she pops up in old stories.
Yeah,
When she pops up in Talons of Wen Chiang, it's quite fun.
I've got
She
two
sings a song.
reasons. 2 reasons why I'm sad that you won't be here for Series 3. One is because, I just love spending time with you, and it's always fun when you're on this.
It is fun.
But 2 is because actually I know how much you didn't enjoy this, and I've fought more passionately on Gallifrey Series 1 and 2 as to why I love something. I think when you've got someone there who's so fine, you really go for it. And so it's made me realise just how much you hating it has made me realise just how much I loved it.
End of Series 3, Maxwell does a cameo. Come on.
This is the stuff you said. This is the stuff you were saying in Series 1.
You've got to get through this bit, and then you get...
You said, I've got to get through that bit to get to this.
Luke,
You didn't get someone on Season 3 that...
We'll try and convince Jemana for that, because she loves it. Although I probably will be half-arsed then, because she'll be doing all the passion for me. But will you come back and do some main Rangers with us at some point?
Yes, please, because there's a few in, the golden early days that I've not heard. So if we get a run of like 3 or 4 that...
wonderful.
I'd be well up for that, yeah.
Well, have you got a Ducko Ho?
It's gone on for an hour and a half already.
Ducko Ho.
No, everyone wants to know about
I did take a look at my reviews. I'll just say this. He was very unimpressed with Lies. Then he gave 8s and 9s for 2, 3, and 4. And then he was super happy with the last one until the last 10 minutes, where he dragged that overall score down to a 6 because he was so appalled by the evil Mary Tam coming along at the end. But I've changed my mind about that now. I think as a series, it's really coherent. I think it's got terrific acting, terrific dynamics. I just love it.
Like, you do have to be in the right mindset for it, I think. You have to be in the right mood. I'm not just going to put this on just to like chill out.
Do you realise?
I'm gonna be like, hey,
What a vacuous
like,
statement that
I'm gonna
is.
like, if I want to do a Gallifrey, I want to do like the whole. It would be like binging across a long period of time, and really, you got to really get into it. I
It's
don't think
like
you can
when
just put
when
one episode on and just that's it. You need to be like, right, this is the arc. I'm ready to
And
go
you
into
have to
it.
be in
it's
the
like
right
when you're going to watch
mindset.
something, you know, like a film, a big film, you've never seen, like a Schindler's List or something. You've got. Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm
You
not
have to be in the right
Gallifrey.
mindset to listen to anything.
No, because like a song or a unit, you're just like, yeah, whatever, just put it.
Yeah,
And it's,
he
you
just
know,
bops
that
along,
kind
doesn't
of
it?
stuff. But this, you've
Well,
got to be
so
ready.
Last orders,
You're
everybody.
saying we should aspire to be mediocre.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this isn't for me when it's so dense and
It's like
unengaging.
it's your Doctor Who, you know, your box of Doctor Who chocolates, isn't it? You feel like a
Look,
Gallifrey,
you watch
or
like
you might
Hallmark
want to,
Christmas movies because you don't really want to think too much.
yeah.
Okay, this will say
You know,
this will say a lot about our chocolates that we like. Then, so we've got a tin of Quality Street, right?
Yeah.
And you've got to choose which one is Gallifrey. Mine's the toffee penny. Oh, lovely.
Well, I'd be like the horrible, like
What's the one that you always leave?
like the nutty one, like
The orange cream. Ooh.
No, because like it's dense, but it's not for me. So the
Like
one
the
with the big,
coconut.
the one with the big nut in.
That's the thing. It's all different version. That's a big finish, isn't it? It's all different things to choose from. What you feel like.
Gallifrey, the one with a
You know?
big nut in.
I'm interested to get to after the Time War. Then there's Gallifrey War Room, which I haven't actually got. I mean, I only imagine it's even more complicated than what's going on here. You know,
What's
so
really
there's no Lalla
joyful-
Ward in that though. So I don't know how. Without Lalla Ward, I don't know how I would feel about Gallifrey.
What's
I would
really
find it
joyful
difficult.
about the Time War Gallifrey stuff is that they choose Scott Hancock comes in then, and obviously pretty much everything he touches with Big Finish is gold. And he decides because the Eighth Doctor's doing all the and the War Doctor, they're doing all the sweeping sort of Time War stories. So it's all stuff on the periphery of the Time War, and he does that first set, and they're all two-handers. One's Ace and Braxiatel, one's the War Master and Leela, and they're just wonderful character tales. It's not all the boring concepts of the time. You know how those the Eighth Doctor, you know, the one on the Gallifreyan. Yeah, you know what? All that bullshit. No,
Yeah, but
all of that.
those sets do end with an amazing Davros.
I've still not heard Palindrome.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
Is it wonderful? Oh,
yeah.
But that's it. Gallifrey War Room. There's no Lalla
And you've got the
Ward.
War Valyard.
The War Valyard.
You ever heard the War Valyard?
No.
It's brilliant.
Oh, but they Lalla Ward is out of War Room, and it's Ken Bones is replaced. It's Ken Bones. I don't know if I'd enjoy it if it's Ken Bones. You know what's?
Oh, is that the General?
Yeah, it's
General.
it's him and Narvin and that in the War Room one. So I don't know if that'll be as enjoyable.
The General became a black lady.
I don't know. Well, he's Ken Bones on the front of Gallifrey War Room Series 1, so I don't know.
Very confusing.
Yeah, but
you're right, Luke. All this Gallifrey stuff is very confusing.
There's time, isn't there, between Day of the Doctor and Hellbent?
Yeah.
Well, I think we've exhausted all the Gallifrey conversation.
Well,
here.
I'm just going to say, just quickly, there's not really much chronology to talk about, really, because
Series
1 was after.
Where does Pandora fit into all this?
Well, if you're listening to everything, don't start about that.
Okay.
It's just going to be if you're slotting these in between Doctor Who, I would do this after Divergent Universe Series 2 within the Eighth Doctor stuff, because Zagreus started the whole Gallifrey. Well, no, Zagreus. Then we've got Scherzo and all of that. Then we've got Gallifrey Series 1. Then we've got Divergent Universe Series 2, finishing with The Next Life. And then we go into Series 2 of Gallifrey.
Try and make a suggestion, all right, when he's doing his chronology, because it gets really arsey out there. Chronology.
And they're about to pop out into Terra Firma, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh, banger.
What a banger.
What a banger.
Proper Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say what we're doing next. Let me just consult my list.
He's got it all written out in a book in order.
We want an instant finish of Hell's Bells. That's what we want.
Oh,
That's what the
okay.
fans want.
All right then.
For you, Luke,
We'll have to do that. We'll have to do Hell's Bells. But next we're not doing Doctor Who. Something different. Another one we've not done before. We are doing series 1 of Sapphire and Steel.
Oh, yes. Sapphire and Steel have been assigned.
I don't know a lot about. That's David Warner and Susanna Harker.
You know about Susanna Harker?
Susanna Harker.
I don't know anything about Sapphire and Steel. I just know the title. I don't have a clue.
It's a bit weird. It's a bit like... Oh, actually, if you didn't like Gallifrey, I don't think you like Sapphire.
Very slow.
But
It's atmosphere driven. It's basically time breaking in various places in sort of weird ways.
They're like super beings that just beam down.
To life.
Don't know anything about.
Nursery rhymes, sort of vanishing away people.
Sort of like ghost stories, sci-fi ghost stories, and they just appear out of nowhere. And they've got like telepathic powers, and they can do anything. They're like powerful.
It does sound like Gallifrey.
So
Susanna Harker and David Warner both found love at Big Finish.
They did. Well, yeah, they did. They did.
Many other love stories there
we'll talk about that, won't we?
Yeah.
Love at Big Finish.
Love over Big Finish as well.
For the love.
Oh my God. Big Finish for the love of relationship.
For the love of David Warner. Oh dear.
Well,
well, there we are.
Just wonderful. Oh boy. Wonderful. Sorry, Luke.
No.
Yes. Well, thanks very much for enduring series 2.
I'm so happy to have it done. It's gone. It's gone. I never have to worry about it again.
We still laughed a lot, though, didn't we?
We did. Yeah.
Sometimes ripping something to pieces is just fun.
Well, yeah, it's all right when it's, as you say, when it's balanced. I can go for it more if I know that you're there to provide the love.
Yeah.
For you, always.
Ho, ho, ho.
Well, how do we end this sort of thing?
There we go. Well, we shall have to tell everybody to
finish.